let's stop that and let's talk about Hermès. This is a public community service announcement. Is it? Well, hello and good afternoon. This is the Tequila Hour. I am your host, Amanda, currently in Australia, New South Wales, you know the drill, in the secret location in the Forge. Like I have mentioned, still not sure on the name. Possibly will change it. It's Sunday. It is the 5th of May. Fucking can't believe it. Of 2024. I think we all know the year. It's 3:57 and I'm straight into it. And you'd be like, what, bitch? And if you, yeah, I know. And some people be like, yes, I am playing with my brood because I love it. So suck it. Anyway, I am going to talk about something that, yeah, a lot of people might be interested in. I know I was, because it was actually my first trip to a store that I've actually wanted to go in for a very long time and was kind of scared to. I don't know why. I will talk about it, but yes, that is the topic of today if you haven't worked it out from reading the actual description. But before we get into my exciting adventures for the week, I'm going to do a little bit of podcast admin. Number one, I'm going to say that I just watched a really interesting YouTube video from a gentleman called Tom Buck. If you don't know, I watch a lot of YouTube, and Tom has a channel where he basically does lots of reviews on microphones and audio equipment and other equipment relating to podcasts and YouTube and all that kind of good stuff. So I just watched an actual video where he talked about the pod mic, which is a Rode product, and changing some of the presets and making your own. And that's what I did. So if my audio sounds different, and I'm going to be very interested to see how it sounds back after completing the recording, let me know. And thank you, Tom. So I will actually do a shout out of that video for anyone else who uses Rode microphones, because, yeah, it was really straightforward, easy to watch, easy to follow along. You could pause if you needed to. And, yeah, love it. And he's got a great channel. He's very engaging. Enough about Tom, more about me. Me. Yes, I am not drinking today. Not at all, which is very sad. I will talk about that. Not really. It's not that sad. It's not that sad. I am drinking as in water. Yes? No. Look, water is good for you. It's good for your health and your body and your mind and all of the above. Yes, I'm drinking water, and I'm not foregoing, though, a Monster energy drink, which I'm drinking today, Ultra Peachy Keen, and I'm very keen on it. Very keen. Oh, stop it. Anyway, no alcohol. This is it. Raw Amanda without under the influences of refreshing alcohol. Anyway, I will explain why in a second. And, yeah, if you haven't done so already, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a little snackaroo, sit back and relax as I talk about the adventures of my week that was, so last week. And what else did I want to touch on before I just cracked into my story? Yeah, let's just get into it, shall we? I'm still distracted and still disheveled, and I'm not drinking. What the fuck? Oh, see now, who cares? I'm just touching shit for the sake of touching shit. Anyway, let's get into the week that was. I had a great week, actually. It was stressful, but I handled it. My body did not. My mind did. It was at some points not busy, but kind of busy. It was just a good week. Good week work-wise, good week life-wise. There's certainly some administration tasks that I need to do in my podcast arena, for the use of a better word. I think I touched on that last week in regards to Instagram and setting some stuff up. So that stuff, that's still a work in motion, but that's okay. And finally, which I alluded to in my last podcast, for work, I actually did go to our main office, it still is, unless it got taken by aliens, in Sydney. So on Thursday I was in Sydney for work and I completed the presentation. I think I might have touched on that last week, that I had a presentation, and it went really well, and I won't go into that because I won't want to bore you, but suffice to say it went well. I stayed in Sydney that night, which was Thursday night, and then had Friday off, which was fantastic, and then basically moved into the weekend, and here we are today. So a couple of things. I think after a internally stressful week, which I basically, not because of anything, just because of myself and how my mind works, I'm now sitting here today, which you don't really need to know. Actually, I won't tell you, but suffice to say there'll be no photos, there'll be nothing, there's no drinking. I just need to look after myself because, I'm just not feeling at my best as I could. So there's that. And I had a great night in Sydney. I didn't do very much. I did do one thing, which we'll talk about. I did buy some makeup while I was in Sydney as well, which I was really excited to try. And it's actually sitting, so where I sit in the forge, to my right, if you've ever seen a picture, which I have taken pictures of where I sit in my outlook basically, I do have like a desk where I have all my some of my makeup on there and my brushes, etc. And as I lovingly look over at the desk, I do see the new makeup I bought. So there's some really interesting pieces I did buy from Chanel. So 2 of the new Chanel eyeshadows that have recently been released. I bought the newest version of the By Mario eyeshadow palette. I bought a blush from NYX, which I'm very interested to try. And finally, I bought what's in my hands. Now, I haven't tried any of these products because I just mentioned only maybe a second ago that I was internally stressed to the point now that I have a massive cold sore on my lip, which is very unfortunate. And you're probably like, I don't care, Amanda. I really do not care. Wrong one. Yeah, it is one. Because now I've got all this amazing makeup that I want to try and I can't put it on my fucking face because I've got a fucking cold sore. And that's, I don't know why, it is what it is. So it's just now everyone in Australia or anyone who listens to this podcast know that I have cold sore. So you're congratulations. You're up to speed. It's sad because I can't actually now try any of the new makeup that I've just recently bought, which is very annoying. For anyone who has things like that or pimples on their face or any of that kind of stuff, and you've just bought new products that you want to slather all over it, you don't want to do that if you are breaking out like massively on your face, and you certainly don't want to do it if you've got a massive cold sore on your lip. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I know, it's wow. Quick drink break. Oh, ASMR. Anyway, yes. So hence why I'm not drinking, because clearly I need to just not drink and look after myself a bit better internally, health-wise, and B, can't put any of this bloody beautiful makeup on my face because now I've got a cracking cold sore on and I'm not going to take a picture, so don't even think about it. Don't think at all for 1 second that I'm going to take a picture and post it on Instagram of my fucking cold sore, all right? You don't want to see it. It would scare small children, all right? I'm not leaving the house. I'm just saying I'm not leaving this podcast. Oh, look, I will go to room in my house. What I will say, though, is I'm not leaving my house until this podcast is gone. To this monstrosity on my mouth is gone. I'm not doing it. I'm not leaving my house. So there's that. Anyway, let's get into why I want to talk about this today. I'm talking about Hermès. Now, again, you might know from previous podcasts, I am a lady that likes the finer things in life. The finer things in life. And look, I'm not going to lie, I love Hermès. Look, there's some things I'm not interested in. I don't really want any of their bags. They're ridiculously expensive. They're kind of nice, but I'm not dropping 20 grand upwards on a handbag. It's not going to happen. What I can, though, do is drop some money on makeup, and they do have some items you can purchase, and fashion accessories. So in the past, I have a click-clack bracelet. I have like a leather bracelet. I got a ring. Anyway, I've just got some stuff, all right. Anyway, I do love Hermès. I don't know, there's something about it. I don't know what it is. I don't even like horses, so it's really weird. If you know anything about Hermès, you'd know what I'm talking about and the equestrian background of Hermès. But I've actually never, and I just moved the mic away because it's very close to my face, scary, that I've actually never been in store to Hermès. So I'm going to take you back to last year, where I actually stayed one night down in Sydney, and on that particular night or the next day, I actually went to, for the first time, a Chanel boutique, which for me was very exciting. And I bought some lipstick. And in Sydney CBD, if you don't know, if you're not from Australia, you Google it on Google Maps. The Chanel boutique is actually on one corner. I think it's Castlereagh and something. Is it Castlereagh and something? I don't know, the streets where it intersects. I'll give you a link anyway in the description for you so you know what I'm talking about. But the Chanel store is on one side and the Hermès store is on the other side of the road. And that day when I went into Chanel, I think I was so overcome by going into Chanel and watched this woman buy a Chanel handbag where I just bought a lipstick. And, yeah, so it was just, my mind was, for my little pea brain, it just exploded. But anyway, that's another story for another day. I saw the Hermès store because, like I said, I do like some things from Hermès, and I was intimidated. There was a man outside. It's pretty, I don't know, the style of the building is an older style building. I could see through the windows. There was multiple levels. It looked a bit fancy smancy, even fancier than Chanel, to be honest. And I'm like, I can't go in there. I'm scared. So I tapped out. I didn't go on that particular day. So I did say to my husband at that time, I said, look, one day I'm going to go into that Hermès store. because I just had to see what was in there. So hence this week, Thursday, I had the opportunity. So I was in Sydney for work. I did what I needed to do. And at the end of the day, I think it was, I went there around, because this is Thursday, so it's late night shopping. The Hermès store was closing at 7. So I think I got there around, 5:30-ish. Anyway, so I walked from work to the Hermès store because they're reasonably close. And, yeah, so how was my experience? You'd be like, what? Let's get into it. So the security guard at the front, okay, pretty cool. Walked in, you go up some stairs. This is in the Sydney CBD store, by the way. Straight away, the level you're on, there's a level down and level up. You can see because the flooring is open in the sense you can see it's an open second story. There might be more stories, I don't know, because I didn't go to the secret handbag area or whatever. What I did, though, is I was greeted by a really friendly guy who I believe would be the concierge. And unfortunately, I didn't get his name, and I wish I did because he was really nice and very welcoming. And he asked me what the purpose of my visit was, kind of formally. And like, yeah, I'm here to, I don't know, I don't know, but it was a bit strange. But anyway, and I said I was here to buy some lipstick. So I decided that I was going to buy some jewellery, and I thought, no, we'll leave that for another day because I just didn't, I probably didn't have the money to be I did, but I didn't want to be spending money on jewellery at that time. And I thought, but I did really want to go and buy a lipstick because on the Hermès site, there's an actual lipstick that I was really interested in seeing in person. And for anyone who loves makeup, I mean, there are certain brands that you can confidently see a colour online and go, yep, that's what I'm going to get when you purchase it, especially when you're talking about something from overseas. Hermès, maybe not. So there was, and still is on their website, a matte limited edition neon orange colour that I wanted to see in person. Because on their website, it's bright orange, and I am very partial to orange and bright orange lipstick. So I wanted to see what it was like in person because I was going to buy it. If it was what I was anticipating and what the Hermès store online was representing, then it was going to be in my hot little hand in, how many seconds. Newsflash, it was not. It was unfortunately not as bright and colourful as it is portrayed on the website, and that's all right. Well, actually, it's not all right. Let me just have a quick sip of my water. Drink break. Refreshing. No, it's not all right because if you're buying from online, even Hermès, who, let's be honest, are a luxury brand and can afford to take genuine pictures of their items, then don't try and sell me something that's not a true reflection, okay? So luckily I was smart enough and more attuned to the ways of these companies to see the product in store, in real life, in real lighting, and it wasn't as neon orange as it's portrayed, which is unfortunate. So I took one look at it and I'm like, that's not orange. So the lady who was assisting me, and I'll just give you a picture. In the store, it's quite open in the Hermès store on the level. So when you first go up, you go up some stairs, you're there. So looking out, when you first walk in, on the left-hand side, there was like a small section for makeup, and they don't have a massive makeup selection. If you know, you know. Then they had all their bracelets, etc. And then to the rear, they had some elevators, which obviously go up to the second or however many floors there are. And then there was a sweeping staircase that goes down, which looked like it went down to their home goods, like their, crockery and plates and all that kind of good stuff, homewares, however you want to call it. And there was some bags and there were some shoes and some hats. I didn't really venture too far, to be honest. Next time, because I'll be honest with you, I said that twice now. It was the end of the day and I was puffed out. I'd had a big day, so I was nearly not even going to go. That's how much of a day I had and how puffed out I was mentally. So I'm glad I did, but I will go there again because I will next time ask for a little bit of a tour of the store so I can give you more of a understanding of the layout of the store if you are ever interested in going and venturing in there yourself. But basically on the left-hand side was the section for the makeup. So if you don't know, Hermès does sell, primarily is lipsticks. There's, I was going to say foundation. I wouldn't really call it that. There's a bronzer, there's highlighters, there's perfume is another product that they sell, which was over in that section. Eyeshadow palettes, little palettes. To be honest, I wasn't going to get carried away and start looking at shit because I knew I'd get distracted. And then, like I said, I was a bit puffed out. So I really need to go there on a day where I'm not puffed out and I just have a dedicated day to go to Sydney and just take my time and have a shop, etc. So we'll do that another time. Anyway, so I looked at this so-called neon orange lipstick. So it's called Rouge Hermès Matte, I'll say it again, Rouge Hermès Matte Lipstick Limited Edition Orange Neon is the description. Unfortunately, it pulled red, didn't look orange at all, and it was very disappointing. So I did not get that. I was immediately like, that's not orange. You lie. You lie. And the lady who served me, she agreed. She actually said, what did she say? I think she said she used to work in Mac down the road, which if you know Sydney CBD, there's Pitt Street Mall, and I think she was talking about the Mac that was in, I'm assuming the one in Maya, but I don't know. Anyway, she said she had come from Mac previously, and yeah, she was really helpful. And I will say to you at one point when she went to, because I did choose a lipstick colour because I was determined after the day I had that I was going to buy something, that I wanted to buy something just to for being in store, basically. I wasn't going to buy a Kelly bag, let's be honest. So I ended up getting, and I've got it here in front of me, the colour, let me see here, is it number, now I can't even read it, it's that small. Let me get my torch on this because I can't even see. It is Rue Boise, is it? I'm going to have to look that up on here. So number 23, apparently. Let me have a go back. So if I go back here, let me see if I can find it for you. So you know what I'm talking about if you are interested in buying this product yourself. Does this show all the products? Let me have a look. No, it does. Yes, nice. 23. Let's see. Looks like there's every other colour but the colour. Is it 53 or 23? I can't even read it. No, it's 23. Anyway, I'm getting into semantics now. Is that it? Let me see. I've got to work it out. I want to tell you. So, Boise T. I can't seem to see it on the website. Go away. What is that? H, orange. No, it's not that. I'm trying to find it. And you'd be like, what are you doing, Amanda? I'm trying to actually find it. What is that? I didn't see that. It's some limited edition one. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't know. It's basically, I'll open it up while I'm here. I haven't actually opened it because I thought, I really wanted, I've already got a couple of colours. I've got the other orange one. It's just like a deep red, basically. what's it say on the thing? On the bullet is what I'm trying to spit out, if you're wondering. I found it now. Let me go back here. It is 64 is the shade. Rouge, and I had to, how do you pronounce this? Casacue? Casacue? Casaque is the second word. Casacue? Anyway, that's the colour I bought. It's like a bright red. It's very nice. I can't wait to put it on my face, which I can't at the moment because, if you know. Yes, very bright red, which I love. So I'm very much looking forward to wearing that. Like I said, I didn't go and, fart around and have a look around the store because, to be honest, I didn't want to get distracted by all the beautiful things that were there. I started looking at their sneakers and I thought, no, back away. Back away, Amanda. They're going to cost way too much money than you have, so don't even think about it. So I didn't. I did back away immediately, and I'm glad I did. But, yeah, so I bought that, which I'm very happy with, and I cannot wait to put it on my lips, knowing that their matte lipsticks are beautiful. Just at the moment I won't be putting it on, as you know. So, yeah, it was the only thing is when I finally the lady was very helpful in the sense of, she swatched her arm with multiple of the reds because they do have a lot of reds. They don't have a massive range. They have 10 of these matte lipsticks, excluding their exclusive ones, of course. And she swatched them on her arm, which was very helpful, so I could see what they look like swatched. And from that, I was able to choose a colour. So the only thing is when she went to go and get the colour, she took ages. I don't know where she was going, like as in, did she go to the warehouse? That's how long it felt like. But that's okay. The concierge actually came and talked to me, and he was really nice. And I said, he asked me a little bit about my day, and I said, I'd been at work and I'd come here, and this is my first time in the store, and how excited I was to. Oh, what's that? Sorry, I'm just looking at the website. Yes, how excited I was to actually be in store, and yeah, he was very engaging and very easy to talk to, and. So she finally came back. She had my lipstick. She actually gave me a whole lot of lipstick samples. I think it was like nearly every colour, every other colour. I can't speak. Every other colour in the matte lipstick range she gave me little samples of, which is fantastic. So I'll be trying all of them. And she also gave me a couple of perfume samples, which was really nice. And the concierge actually came up and gave me a bag as well with like this like a Hermès book. I'm assuming it's just like one of their promotional story books. And he gave me that. And was there anything else in there? I think that was it. But anyway, yeah, it was, I don't know, it was, how do I describe it? I think because it was the end of the day and I was tired, like I said, it was all a bit overwhelming, to be honest. And I know now from being in there it's not as scary. And why I'm saying that is if you're someone, I'm not rich, okay, even though it sounds like I am. Sounds like I'm rich because, I'm going to Hermès and wear Chanel. No. Look, I am actually not poor either, clearly. But I do earn a good wage, and I'm very lucky that I do have disposable money after I pay my bills to then spend it on what I would like to spend it on. And I have a husband who's happy just to let me spend my money, what I earn, and he spends his money on what he wants to, which is great. And, yeah, so I don't just go to a Hermès every day or every week and buy shit. I don't buy their lipsticks every week or every month. I occasionally do because they're expensive. This lipstick that I bought, just going back to their website, it's $110 Australian, okay? It's not cheap. It is a luxury item. It is an item that I wouldn't not buy, I mean, I buy it because I love Hermès, but I actually love the formula as well. I'm not buying it just because of a brand. I actually really enjoy the formula. I think it's really nice. So it is $110 though, so be mindful of that for anyone who's thinking of it, buying it themselves. And I am acutely aware of the cost of Hermès in regards to, like I said, I have a couple of their fashion jewellery items and like a click-clack bracelet. They're expensive. They're not cheap, let alone their shoes, bags, scarves and all the rest and, you know, crockery and all the rest. They're not cheap items. They're expensive items. And for me, yeah, I just felt not out of sorts. I felt out of place going to, like I said, it was a bit like going to the Chanel boutique, because it's one of those things for me. I don't feel rich. And I suppose these stores aren't just for rich people, but in my mind, it's probably my own projection, but, you know, the people who do have a certain level of wealth go to these stores, and especially Hermès. Hermès is one of those companies that just immediately for myself, you know, the imagery, I can't speak. The imagery is, you know, is very classic. It's very opulent. And it's not even like over the top. It's very understated, I think. Some of their items aren't, but a lot of their items are. And they charge a lot of money for what they are. So I don't know. I actually love the fact that a company like Hermès came out with makeup, because a lot of people, in my opinion, would like to have the experience of having luxury items in their life. And this is for a lot of luxury designer companies, I have to say, as well, that, you know, if you are someone who likes the finer things or loves luxury and things like that, and if you're like myself, someone who absolutely loves makeup and beauty, etc., then having the opportunity to buy something like from a luxury brand like Hermès is fantastic, I think, because it's, even though $110 is really expensive for a lipstick, it's not $20,000. So I get to have an experience, but, you know, an experience that I can afford, which is fantastic. But, yeah, it was just strange going in person because it was such that perceived feeling where I felt out of place. But that's my own shit, really. I would say to you that after going there and, you know, the service that was provided to me and what the store was like and like I said, the concierge, who was very helpful and very engaging, that I would immediately go back there and go and feel comfortable going there. I still feel a little bit, I'm not going to lie, I still feel a little bit uncomfortable going there. But when I say to you that, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really great. And it just really, for me, it was just another, the words that come to mind is another level again. I don't know. It's, for me, the brand is so, I think it's iconic. A lot of people really do not like Hermès. They do have a reputation. I really love the brand and for certain things and aspire to have more things from Hermès. And, yeah, my experience is even heightened now from actually going into their store and having such a great experience. And, you know, like I said, that concierge, and I wish I'd grabbed his name so I could give him a shout out because he was really kind and polite and very helpful. And they were all actually helpful, believe it or not. I actually really look forward to going to the store again and even meeting that guy again. I don't know, but yeah, actually purchasing from them again because the experience was great. And it's quite funny because the day when I came home, or was it in the morning the next day, because this was a Thursday, I went Thursday night, and then the next day I was watching you because I took my laptop to Sydney with me as well, my personal laptop. And I was watching a YouTube video where a woman who, I think she was American, and she was basically, describing her experience from going into an immerse. Because it's funny how, these things, you go somewhere and they suddenly pop up on your YouTube feed. But anyway, yeah, she was basically saying how much of a terrible experience she has with Hermès, and she's been to several Hermès stores, not just the one, near where she resides, but in other countries as well, and she's hated it, and they've been really rude, and then I was reading all the comments as well, and everyone's like, bagging them out and how horrible they are. And I have to say, for my first experience to go in store, like I said, and all preconceived notions of it being, complete uppity and, horrible, and they'll be all snotty and wouldn't talk to me. That is actually not the case. I would say to you, I didn't rock up in there, with my tracky pants and my hair out and no makeup on and thongs. I was dressed up in a professional manner because I'd been at work. I don't know what kind of reception you might be or might have if you rocked up in your trackies. I don't know. There is like that level when you go in there where you feel, this is a more fancier store than just going to Kmart. I don't know. Can you compare Kmart and Hermès? Probably not. It's different, okay? You're going into a luxury store. It's got to feel different. Everything's different. Everything's dear. And it's all our I think, it's all our in my opinion, all our preconceived notions of what the people will be because, of how they're advertised and how they're promoted and how people talk about Hermès. And there is a lot, when I look at YouTube, there's many videos that I've seen in the past that are just bashing Hermès. Basically because of how expensive they are in relation to the item that you're purchasing, and B, they have a reputation of, upper class or for rich people or wealthy people, etc. I don't know. I would probably put it out there for anyone and challenge you all, like I challenge myself, is, if you love, like I do, actually love their lipsticks, and I actually would like to buy more of their makeup, that if that is something that you enjoy, then go in store. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend, if you live in Australia, to go into the Sydney CBD store. I don't think they have any other stores in Sydney. I don't know, but the store's great. They were really helpful, very polite, engaging, gave me lots of samples, which I'm really looking forward to using. And, overall the experience was awesome, and I actually look forward to actually going back on a day where I actually can go and spend, I know I'm saying actually a lot, where I can spend more time there and perhaps have more of an experience and go upstairs and go downstairs and have a look at the other items, etc. Because like I said, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to have a bit more of a discussion on the store in its entirety with you as part of this podcast today. I'll be completely transparent. I was buggered and I literally was going to the store. I'm like, I could easily just go back to my hotel and I'm so tired. But I didn't, because I knew I had this podcast and I really wanted to share my experiences. So, highly recommend. And for anyone who is a makeup lover and if you've never tried Hermès makeup, I have tried, like I said, I've only tried their lipsticks. I know a lot of people talk about, their bronzer. What else? Like I said, they have a foundation, but I think it's more like a tint. What else do they have? Let's have a look. What does Hermès actually have? What makeup do they actually have? Because like I said, so they do, lip, face, eye. So they have eyeshadow palettes, hands, accessories. So they do have some brushes. There's no way I'm buying Hermès brushes. I have my favourites, and I think they're probably the accessories, or the brushes, I should say, are probably very expensive, which I can clearly say they are. Oh, they do have a lot of things here. They have an eyelash curler. That's pretty cool. Interesting. They have a lipstick case, and it's quite expensive, so that's probably not going to happen. But they do have, if I go back to their makeup section, they have lips, face. So they have that tint that I was talking about. I'm assuming they call it a foundation, do they? No, they call it a balm. There you go. Hermès Plain Air, or Plain. I'm assuming that's plain in French. They have a blush. They have, which I should try because it looks nice. They have blushes, they have bronzers, and they have brushes to go with those items. And then they have their eyeshadow palettes. So they're little tiny palettes. I did see them. I didn't go near them because I thought, I'm not going near them. I'm not spending money on them. Quick drink break. I know they're expensive, and I'm looking at them on the website, and they are expensive for what they are. So they're palettes, eyeshadow quartets is what they're called, and they do have, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, look, they look pretty. The packaging is gorgeous. The colours are not too bad. But they're $175, okay? So they're really expensive. They also do have mascara. I don't know anyone who's ever talked about their mascara. Maybe I should buy a mascara because they actually do have a blue one, believe it or not. So I might have to do that actually. And green. Interesting. Should I do a full face of Hermès? That would be expensive. I just saw someone doing a full face. Well, actually, it wasn't an entire full face. So, lie, pencil fire, but no, it's pretty close. Of Tom Ford, and they're expensive. But this is. Oh, my phone's just ringing. Give me 1 second. And I'm back. I turned my phone down because it was my husband actually ringing, and I knew he was going to call me at some point. He's on his way home. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yes, the eyeshadow palette. I'm talking about doing a full face of Hermès. I don't know about that. If I should work it out. I'll work it out how much that would cost because it would be really expensive to do that. So not saying that I wouldn't, but yeah, I mean, when I was in store, I'm like, I'm not going over there and being tempted by this shit. Because if I went over there, I would have very likely bought either a blush or a palette, just to one of these quartets to see what it was like, because they look pretty, but it's 107. I need to, and I knew, and you're like, fuck off, Amanda, that's ridiculous. And it is ridiculous, I know. I knew that I wanted to buy something from Chanel, and I didn't go to the boutique, by the way. I just went to Maya and Chanel, the Chanel counter. But I did know that I was very likely to buy something from the new Chanel release. So I wanted to save my pennies for that, and I'm glad I did. But, yeah, maybe I should – yes, I'll invest in that, shall I? Invest in doing a full face of Hermès and let you know what I think, because I can see straight away there's a quartet that I could buy right now, which would be really pretty. I really would like trying one of their mascaras, and I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anyone review their mascaras. So they could be shit because no one's talked about them. I know about their lipsticks. I've actually never tried one of their satin. I've always worn their matte, believe it or not. So I could buy one of their satin. I have tried their lip care balm, which is really nice, by the way, and I should have got one of them while I was there. They have a gloss. Oh, it's actually an oil. I don't know about that. And then, yes, they do have satin. So I should buy a satin lipstick as well. What do you reckon? What have they got here? Yes, I definitely. It's a shame that the oh, shiny. Getting distracted by prettiness. Yes, I should have. I was going to say, checked out the satin ones while I was there, but I didn't. I know their matte ones are really nice, and I really enjoy them. So, probably next time. I do have enough here that I could buy a full face, to be honest. And I actually did try their balm, a sample of their balm. I think because my husband bought me one of my lipsticks for previous birthday or previous Christmas, and he came with a shit ton. And this is the other thing too. When we talk about Hermès, the packaging is refined and glorious, in my opinion. I love it. Secondly, if you don't know me, or if you do know me, I love the colour orange, actually. I love the colour orange, hence why I wanted to buy the orange lipstick. The packaging is glorious, okay? The component is beautiful. It's weighty. It's got a beautiful H at the top. It's in a beautiful box. It's in like a beautiful Hessian bag. It's the presentation of their products. I suppose you could straight away go, well, it should be because it's $110. Yeah, and you're probably right. It's really not. I really like it. And yes, who doesn't want anyone who loves a little bit of Hermès to find one of those little orange boxes? Anyway, getting distracted by orange. Yes, they do have the complexion balm. Okay, so I did try it. I actually thought it was nice. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. They only have, what are they, 11? Is that 11? 11 shades, which is not a lot, to be honest. They don't look like you'd have any idea of knowing what your shade would be. You'd be kind of guessing if you were to buy it off their website. I remember I thought, it's not bad. It wasn't that bad. It felt nice. So, yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should look at doing a full face of Hermès makeup and telling you my full opinion on a full face. Because, look, I know that, for people who love luxury makeup, they'd be like, shit, yeah. Most people... Well, actually, if you are a massive beauty lover or makeup lover like me, I'm not just partial to buying luxury. I'm partial to buying any, okay? I'm not a snob and won't go to Priceline. Like I said, I've got a NYX bronzer sitting over there that I can't wait to try. NYX is the complete other spectrum of, makeup beauty brands. So, I don't just buy drugstore, but I would have to say probably looking at my makeup collection, to be honest, a lot of it is probably on the dearer luxury side, and that's okay. So, yeah, I highly recommend actually from what I've purchased so far, if you want a beautiful matte lipstick and you like matte lipsticks, then I highly recommend the Hermès matte lipsticks. And, yeah, I also highly recommend at this point of time, because I've only been into the store once, okay, let's not get carried away with shit. I have been in their store now. I am glad I did, and I actually really look forward to going there again and spending some time and actually looking around and doing that. So I will have to do probably a part 2 because, like I said, next time I go, I'll go where I do have some actual genuine time without feeling stressed or rushed, and really just I can picture it and just soak it in like I did that time when I went to Chanel and I soaked it in. It was glorious. So I will do that again. Most definitely I have to because, yeah, it was thoroughly enjoyable experience actually. And definitely, I will need to do another podcast talking about some of the goodies that I have purchased. Like I said, I bought some new Chanel and I bought the by Mario, the new palette. It's recent. Well, it's not that recent, but it's pretty recent. And I've got some other goodies that I need to talk about as well. But anyway, is there anything else I want to talk about actually? I don't think there is. I know next week I might do, I don't know. There was a podcast or a particular topic I was going to talk about and I haven't talked about for a while, and I actually saw a Instagram post, and my understanding, if I just do a quick Google search, yes, I saw a Instagram post from Mel Robbins, and it actually talked about mental health, and it's actually Mental Health Awareness Month in the month of May, if you did not know. And there was actually a video that she shared, and it was, straight away I started crying. So, yes, if you didn't know that it is Mental Health Awareness Week is what? I'm just reading this off Google, sorry. Mental Health Awareness Week is from the 13th to the 19th of May, 2024. Moving more for mental health is the theme apparently. Yeah, I might do a podcast about mental health. It has been a while since I've talked about mental health. And, yeah, it is what I have mentioned in the past, a subject that's very important to me. And, yes, I would, in the month of May, seeing so it is Mental Health Awareness Month, I will do a podcast about mental health. If it's not next week, it will definitely be the week after. So, yeah, look out for that one. And I don't think I have anything else to report. Hopefully, sooner than later, the, mountain that is called a xoxo will come off my face. And I will turn to a normal person and not scare small children anymore. And like I said, no, I can't scare anyone because I'm not leaving the house until it goes away. And I don't think I have anything else to discuss. I'll add some links to the description of this podcast in reference to the lipstick I bought, in reference to the address of Hermès in Sydney, in reference to Tom Buck, who I mentioned in regards to the audio of, changing the presets of the Rode Procaster for your pod mic. And I think that's it. I think that's the end. I know. I know. Not so rambly when I'm not drunk, eh? Just joking. No, I'll leave it there. So I'd like to thank everyone who does take the time to listen as always. If you'd like to contact me anytime, you can via my email, which is info@thetequilahour.com.au. Like I've mentioned, you can stream this podcast episode or all my episodes via my favorite streaming platform. I'll spit it out, Spotify. Hey, Spotify. So, yeah, you can actually leave a review as well if you do download it via Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So if you could give it a 5-star review and give me any kind of feedback, I really would appreciate it. I also, like I mentioned last year and it never happened, I still need to have a guest on my podcast. So I do need to sort that out, don't I? So that's got to happen sometime sooner or later. And not sooner than later, is that what I should say? And finally, if you want to check out any further information, I do primarily use Instagram to manage any, media or updates about my podcast, so you can check it out there. And I do have my own personal, which is the _1_Amanda, and subsequent YouTube channels that correspond with my Instagram handles. Anyway, I'll leave it there today. Thank you, as always, who do listen. I do appreciate it. And be kind to yourself. Take it easy. And definitely I'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Bye.
like you don't even try. I used to wonder why, but now I'm left with no more tears to cry. I know that life can be busy, love, but you make time for the ones you love.